What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Emily's Autism Life, and if you're new, welcome. Now, what I'm about to talk about is something that, I used to be a little more like obsessive about, but am not really obsessive about now. And that would be, having a guy in my life, like being in a relationship with a guy or having, a guy in my life, that kind of thing. And because I've, stopped obsessing about it so much, I really don't talk about it that much. I've always thought it'd be cool to have a guy or some sort of man in my life. But then as I got older, I realized, I used to think that what if a guy doesn't like me because I'm autistic? And it might be hard to, keep a relationship with a guy if I think and do things, differently than he does because, I'm autistic and he's not. Unless, I did date another autistic guy, which I don't. I am not in a relationship or not looking for any guys right now, for those of you who are wondering. But yeah, I even if it was an autistic guy, I still think that sometimes it might not be able to work out because, you know, I think females have different autistic traits than males do, and I'm just afraid that we probably might not make it work. So yeah, that's something I kind of used to obsess about, or not really obsess, but I used to think about it a lot more. Like I would, be like, I want a man in my life someday kind of thing. I used to be that way, but then, you know, I realized that I don't really that I realized that, I'm strong on my own too, that I don't really need a man in my life because I'm strong and, you know, on my own. So that's something that I used to worry about though, is that I would never find a man ever. Like, and that's the thing that kind of used to upset me, is that I used to think that, oh my gosh, what if I'm going to be the only one in my family who's going to be single forever. I used to, be upset about being single forever. But, now, like I said, I've realized that, I'm actually okay being single, and I'm not quite ready to be in a relationship yet, if at all. I used to be jealous of seeing other, girls like maybe my age or younger getting engaged to these guys and, having a boyfriend. And, I just felt like such a loser, being single still. And I used to get jealous, and sometimes that would upset me, like, because I just, feared deeply that I would never get a guy in my life and I would just be alone forever. But then one day, all those thoughts changed because, something opened my eyes and made me realize that I am, that I don't actually need a man in my life. You know, I mean, how do I want to explain this? Like, it just kind of made me realize that I can be good, I can be still a good and amazing person on my own, even without a guy. And, it just kind of made me feel better and made me not that jealous anymore that other, people, other girls my age had, guys in their life. And, you know, you know, I just thought, hey, I can be just as good of a person without a man, and I can be, just as successful without a man. And that, really helped me to feel better because before, I know I was jealous, and I've even gotten so jealous that I've become upset, and I've gotten so worried and so fearful that I would never find a guy ever because I'm autistic. And I've gotten so fearful of that I've actually cried about it and gotten upset about it. So I'm really glad that I think about it differently than I did before, not being jealous and actually just accepting that I'm single and may be single. You know, I may never be in a relationship, but, and I might be, and I might not be. But you know what? It's okay either way because I, have still thought about, other things, in the future that make me excited. You know, I still think about, thinking about things that, I like doing and make me happy, and, you know, believing that I'm going to be successful and stuff has made me realize that I don't need a man to do that, and that I'll be okay on my own. Another thing that had really encouraged me and made me realize that I don't need to be in a relationship is that one day I was researching Temple Grandin. If you don't know who she is, look her up. But I was researching her, and an article had said that she had not married nor had children, and look at her. She's successful and stuff, and that made me feel, more encouraged and empowered, you know, to realize that I didn't need a man in my life, that I can be, just successful and strong and, without a man. So yeah, like I said, right now I'm not really looking for any relationships because, I'm not desperate at all actually. I'm actually, okay being single, I just feel like, actually relationships might complicate things. So you know what? I'm not really jealous about it anymore. I'm okay being single. And, I may be in a relationship one day and I may not be, but, that doesn't matter because I just try to focus on the things that make me happy and, do the things that I love and that kind of stuff. And I realized I've got family and stuff, so I don't really need a guy. I've got, other people who support and care about me, so it makes me feel more empowered and more strong that way too. And even if I ever do, happen to be in a relationship one day, I'm not going to change who I am for any guy, no matter what. No matter if he is autistic or if he's not autistic like me, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to change who I am just for a guy. I've realized that, you know, being myself is important, and I'm not going to change that for anybody. And nobody should ever be forced to be in a relationship. Like, you should be able to do whatever you want to do. You shouldn't be forced to be in a relationship with anybody. You know, if you want to be single, then that's your decision and you can be single. You shouldn't have to feel pressured to, you know, be in a relationship or date anybody just quite yet, because some might not be ready. Some might be, not really looking for a man or a woman. So, yeah, nobody should have to feel pressured to be in a relationship. If they choose to be single, though, that's their decision, and the other person should respect that. That's going to be it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.